My name is Matt Carroll. I'm a PhD student in Dr. Danny Singh's lab in the Department of Agronomy with a major in plant breeding. The motivation behind AgGym is that we want to develop a framework where we're able to simulate the expected outcomes of different management practices with the assumption that as these cyber-physical systems become better and being able to manage on smaller areas with drones and rovers, as you've seen in some of our other videos, that instead of a farmer applying at the field scale, they'll be able to manage on whatever level they want. So maybe they can manage on a 10 foot by 10 foot basis. And with that, the expectation is that if we can develop these systems like the insect detection app and pair that with the drones and rovers, instead of applying on the whole field, we apply just where we see high insect and pathogen pressures, and we control that very quickly, but also in a very small area so that you're able to use less inputs as a farmer, so hopefully increase profitability and also reduce your inputs and environmental impact. And then in addition to that, also not damaging beneficial insects from your non-target applications and things of that nature.
Hi, my name is Russell Tan. I'm a PhD candidate in Dr. Soumik Sarkar's lab, the SCS lab. So with this prior technological advancements, we want to catalyze the researchers to be able to say, hey, instead of we've had so many research done on the global scale, we want to look at more local level and this individual pest and disease and plant interactions. And on top of that, we want to have a common local place to benchmark and validate the results from. So given that, hence that's why we have AgGym, which is a farm management discovery environment for deep reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning is basically how deep learning models learn like humans. So humans, we all learn via curiosity. If you do a mistake, you don't want to repeat it again. So that's simulated how deep learning models can learn as well. And with that, there is something called two main things. So there's an agent and there's an environment, and they interact with each other. And an environment here in this case is AgGym, and the agent will be able to interact with the environment and say, hey, am I doing something correct or wrong? And then the environment return like a signal saying this is wrong, this is correct, depending on other actions. So this image shows a top-down view of the simulated spread of a pest within a field with no management, which results in a large yield loss. With deep learning, the RL agent is able to learn when to apply a pesticide to control the spread of pests without applying them to the entire field, which results in the same yield as traditional management methods, but with fewer input costs, and will help reduce spraying non-target pests and beneficial insects.
So the first iteration of AgGym is done, and with that we developed a new model that allows us to simulate and set up a framework for this type of simulation work of looking at small-scale application of insecticides and pesticides. The next step is to partner with more entomologists and pathologists to really validate this work and see that when we actually do this in practice in a field, that it develops effective management systems, and it also helps reduce the input costs and the environmental effects from a farmer's field. So it's probably not ready for full deployment yet, but it's coming close, and it's developing that tool that is going to allow the community to start doing more of this type of research.